So now you're all sharing me concerns about John Wick and how the water's coping, right? How can we go about setting up a cross-report drill through? Alright lads and lasses, welcome along. Weekend work. Now, cross-report drill through. It's similar to the normal drill through, but there's a couple of gotchas, so that's why we're doing it on a separate video. Right? Let's scan through the process of how we set that up and we can build a nice report looking at a specific item or a specific inspection. Alright, so Power BI homepage, yeah? Get used to it. Going to see a lot of it, aren't you? What we'll do is we'll go into the super user community where we've got all this stuff ready. Right? And I've pre-staged a couple of things. Because what we want to set up is something like this. So if you remember, we went through and we did the first set of drill through. We got one map. We recognised that some of the stuff doesn't always work in your different visuals. So in this case, you can't do the right click. But because we can focus on it, we can actually find out exactly what's going on. So we can zoom in, go back to the Continental, go to the place across the road, right click, drill through to the details report. And then from the details report, we might be able to want to say, well, what's happened with these? What's actually happening with this inspection? And we can do that now. So we know 19th of July 2019 was the last inspection that we've got on file. And we can drill through and go into the inspection report. And it'll now show us exactly what's happened. So how's that been built? Right? Because this is a different beast, different animal, as it were, right? This is a different report page now. And if we come back to the main one, you can tell it's different because when we right click on it and go to drill through, you can see it's given us some different information, right? I've actually changed the name of these. It hasn't caught back up yet, but it's telling us this is page 1 of the inspection report. Okay. So it's telling us in the square brackets is a different file name or a different report name. And then the actual page of the report is the next piece. So this is going to be page 1 of the inspection report. If we click on that, you can see all the drill through has worked. A little gotcha and a note is, right, it will put an arrow on, but the arrow does not work like a back button would do on a normal report. It doesn't work for the cross reports. There's other options available, but for now, we'll leave it off. Okay, so I thought, let's scan and build this report. What do I need to do? All right, here we are, Power BI desktop. Dead simple. What do we need to do? Go to file. Well, let's scan. Dead simple. Here we are. Power BI desktop. What do we need to do? Let's scan, get data. And this time we're going to collect data from a Power BI data set. Okay, because we've already published with data up to Power BI. We didn't need to do out else. Okay, it's going to be the one we did for 11. Let's create a connection to that. You see, it links up. You can see behind my shoulder, everything's there. I haven't had to do anything to get that to come up. It's just there. Brilliant. This is just what I needed. Now what do I need to do? Tell you what, let's get rid of this ugly thing. Let's get rid of my face and we can crack on. Right, so here we are. What we need to do is to actually go in and have a look and establish what we're going to set up as our join criteria. And in this case, we're going to use the confirmation ID or the confirmation number, right? In terms of this is what we believe is the unique ID that we should be using. I think it's that. I suspect there might be some more to it, given that there's multiples for some of them. But I think that's for multiple tanks in the area. So hopefully other filters might be able to help us with that. But for now, we'll do this. I'm going to remove the arrow. If you remember, I said the arrows don't work with this. And we're going to say this is a cross-report filter. Okay. The next thing we need to do is to go to File, Options and Settings, Options, and then right at the bottom, under Report Settings, we need to tick this cross-report drill through. Okay. This needs to be ticked on both reports. So the report that you're going to have as the target and the report that you're wanting to be able to look for the target in another report. They both have to have this ticked, right? And I'll show you how to do it in the service because I've deliberately not done it in the report that we've got as our source. So what I'll do now is I'll crack on and I'll build the report. Alright, so we've got this built now. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? So let's pick an inspection. See, we can pick one and we'll start to get results flowing into it. Pick a different one and we'll get a different result. So we know this is going to work forward. There's a few other things we want to do to it though. I'll just finish making it look a bit prettier, right? And then we'll come back. Inspection report. Now let's publish that up. I'm going to publish it up to Super User Community where we've been publishing everything else up to, and you'll see it'll happen quite quickly. That's now there. So if we now go over to our detailed report, to our Power BI service, so we've got detailed reports. Here it is. Now, if you remember, I said that we needed to do one more thing to make this work for us properly. And that's where we go back through to here. If we look at our 11 report, we can click on these three dots and go to settings. This is how you can do it if you've not set this up properly before, or if you've decided I need to add a drill through in a different report to something that's there already. So just check this one here, cross report drill through. So we select that and click save. And if we check detailed reports, it should already have it ticked because we did that already, but it's no harm in going and double checking. It's there. So let's go into this report now and see, is this going to work for us? If we go and look at the WW11 piece where we built our map, we can see here's our lovely view of New York and what's actually happening. And we can see that more places have now had their assessments done already for 2021. It is going to keep growing across the year. If you remember, this is across each calendar year. What we could do is we could pick somewhere, or we could right click on, say, Water Street and choose to drill through. And we can see already we've got both the options. So let's go to this one. Bin report. Okay. This is now going to show us the list of the reports, or the list of confirmation numbers that are related to this building. So we'd be able to then have a look and see which one of these is it that we need to have a look at. Now let's go and have a look at this one in our detailed reports, inspection report. And what we can do is we can right click on this and it now take us through to show us exactly what's happened. So if we right click on this one and choose to drill through detailed reports, and you'll see we get a nice clean view where I can see everything that's happened. And if I really wanted to, I could choose to export it as a PDF, and then I'd have a copy that I could provide to my customer. So what we could do is we could carry on evolving this to make it something that's more professional to hand back. So what do you reckon? You know, we've kind of come a long way, haven't we, from a nice basic tooltip like this one. You know, suddenly being able to say, we can actually format that tooltip, make it almost a little mini report in its own right. That's a long way. And then once you start adding in the ability to put in drill through, either to pages within the existing report or to even set up specific reports for drill through, like you've seen, we could build that detailed report and put all our drill through elements onto that detailed report. That will work for you. That's especially useful if you're going to say build up a big library of report content within your data set or within your workspace, because cross-report drill through is limited to a single workspace. But if your workspace is going to have 20 reports in it that are going to have, and you want to be able to have drill through capability for them, this can be a really effective way of having that standardized export view for a single product, say for a sales order, for a member of staff's performance, anything that it is that you're looking to build, you can do all of that and have it very quickly and easily available. And now that we've got the capability of exporting to PDF very easily from within Power BI Desktop, also from within the Power BI service, that's a very compelling argument. Traditionally, what I would have said with this is, well, we might want to build a paginated report and then just export that and then have that download a PDF. That's still a way you could go. It will still work for you. There's no harm, no problem in doing that. It's quite, it comes down to understanding where are you going to get the most value from it. If you want, send us a request. We can do some paginated report building on the channel. No problem with doing that. But I think, the export to PDF function, it isn't fundamentally broken. It's not bad. It's something that Microsoft are going to continue to evolve, I'm sure. But it's having something that just hooks into the service is very good and compelling to use. So anyway, don't forget, like and subscribe down below. Let us know what you thought of this week's work. And of course, let us know any challenges that you have. I'm conscious that we're all still in the UK, we're all still in lockdown, all still worried. Vaccines are rolling out, so, hopefully not too long now. If you're feeling down, don't worry, man, you're not alone. Send us an email, drop us a line, send us comments. Hey, all we want to do is keep people going, isn't it? So for now, have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Ta-da.